Hey, hey, hey. What's going on, everybody? I'm in here somewhere, and I just got the ready message on Discord, so we can drop the pop. We can join a call. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, man?
That's going all right. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good. Oh my God, I just watched the low percent ice race from Summer Games Done Quick last night.
hmm
Holy crap. The lead swings were so wild and they almost finished at the exact same time.
Were there a lot of deaths?
No.
Really? And still lead swings in low ice?
Yeah. I mean, it's
Huh.
Eddie and Oats and Goats, so they're really good.
Yeah, tell me about that. When I read your message on Discord, I looked up the runners. Who the hell is Eddie? I've never heard that name. That guy wasn't around when I stopped playing.
Honestly, I've never heard of him either, but
Okay.
I've been I've also kind of strayed away from uh people that primarily run Super Metroid just because I like watching a lot of other stuff.
Okay.
But he's really good. I have
All
no
right.
idea who he is, but he's really good at the game.
Want to tell me who won?
Eddie won by 2.5 seconds.
Dang, that sounds like a good race.
Oh yeah, it
Like
was.
usually low ice is about like I would imagine about someone dying.
hmm And that's what Oates kept saying. Is like usually the time difference between runs is over a minute. So the fact that it was really just RNG that separated them by 2.5 seconds. I mean, they both got hit by Rainbow Beam at like almost the exact same time.
Dang.
And I'm just sitting here with my hands on my head, just like, holy shit. This is such a good race. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Um, if you ever get the time to go and watch it, I recommend it because yeah, again, really good race.
Where is the controller?
That is a fantastic question. Where is my
No.
window for the game? Here we go.
Mhm.
Where is my Steam window? Whoop. Let's try that again. Come on. Did it not do the thing? Oh, it did the thing. I just can't see the window pop up. There we go.
All right.
There we go.
All right. Uh, okay. Just give me 1 second. Audio and all that.
Yeah, you're good.
Yes. Hold on. Uh, oh my god. Uh, um, man, why does this game not have like a background music? Uh,
It's a great question. I kind of wish it did.
da, 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 da.
I mean, once we get into the game, we can pause because I think there's music on the pause screen.
I'm just trying to work out which audio device I need to use here. Okay, because uh, okay, why is this not working? This used to work. I want to turn this on. And there was a remote for this. Not here. Ah, uh, where is the remote for this? Hmm. There is a remote, but that's not the correct. That was correct. Okay. Uh, Turn on. Use aux. Now you're glowing. That looks good. Okay. I'll go here. Hmm. No, you stay on.
Hmm.
Why are you not recognizing this? Whatever. This will have to do.
All right.
Let's turn this off. Do this thing. And controller is here. Okay. All right, so we are just doing the normal mode for starters.
Yeah, I figured just as a warm up, just do a run through the Mad Forest.
All right. Where is my cursor?
You're
Ah, there.
on Arca right
Yep.
now.
Um, I played Imelda last time, right? Or Pascalina?
You played both,
Yeah. Oh
and
no, I played Giovanna, right? For the
Yeah, that's right.
cats.
You just took Rune Tracer last time instead of playing as the character that starts with it.
Uh, hmm. All right, let's do this.
Okay. Well, yeah, there's music here. That's right. I just I prefer this theme for Mad Forest. It's one of my favorite songs in the game. It's just so chill.
Oh, you can have multiple themes per stage?
Oh yeah. That's this music selection thing off to the right. It's kind of like difficult to get to because you have to click on the level and then you have to like intentionally scroll over to there instead of it just like snapping over to that spot, but whatever. The taste of this silver spoon in my mouth is terrible. All right. You ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
All right. Best of luck. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm the old man.
Is that mines? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I think that.
I think those are the ones that like fire off into a certain direction when you stop moving,
Oh, I need to stop moving. Okay.
like just for a little bit, and they will fire off in whatever direction
Oh yeah.
you're pointing.
Oh. Okay.
And this is you. All right, I am doing the dumb, and I am going for the birds.
Oh god, this. I'm not sure this weapon is a good idea.
This is why we're doing a warm-up run. More garlic. Yes, I can one-shot the bats now. Come here, you sons of bitches. Shiny bat. It's me again. Can I... was really hoping I'd get the other bird, but whatever. We'll see how long it takes for me to get the second bird. Probably gonna take way too damn long.
So yeah, I did buy this this week
Very nice.
because it was intriguing. Oh my god, I'm not this. I'm not a fan of this weapon.
You want to restart?
Yes,
Okay.
I really do. Thank you.
Options. Quit. All right, I'm just gonna take the same guy though.
Um. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna. I'm gonna do this guy.
Are you sure? Check that description because he does have a lower movement speed.
Yeah, but since he has the Bible, I know what kind of playstyle this character is aiming for, and I know the items that. No, wait, but you have the garlic, so mm, so I'm not gonna get the garlic. Okay, then never mind. This might not be a
Um,
good combo.
I'm not sure that's a thing. I think we could still get the same weapons.
Okay, well then let's do this. That's wildly different music.
Hmm. Yeah, I prefer this one.
Oh, where's? Ah, there. Okay.
Yeah, it does take a little bit to kick in. Oh, and of course I get both of the fucking birds on the first screen. Ugh. Whatever. I'm taking one of them. Man. And this is the merchant. You can
Ah,
buy one of these 4 weapons.
do I want to buy one of these 4 weapons?
That is
Like,
up
do
to
I want to
you.
spend whatever I need to spend for it?
It's only 1,000 gold.
Yeah, but don't you want the gold for something else?
I've got 60,000
Yeah, but I
and
don't know what.
the ability to play this game in single player to get more. So
Okay.
it's up to you, man.
Uh,
I forget how the Corello and the Celestial Dusting work exactly, but I mean, Cherry Bomb, just you throw something and sometimes it blows up. And this is me.
no.
Oh no, it's you. That's right. We're both old men. It's hard to
Yeah.
tell. You're the priest. I need to remember that. Oh, that's right. Celestial Dusting just tosses out flowers like that. That's kind of cool. Well, there we go. I got the
Nice.
voids. This is going to become a mess once these get fully powered up.
Oh, I believe it. Oh, bird is a shiny bat.
Kitties. Take more garlic. Get more attack power. There's a chest.
Ooh. Garlic.
Nice. There you go.
Nice.
Good kitties. Oh, hot potato.
Nice.
I'm taking Rune Tracer. Just, just need to put out more damage right now. Take my Pomerola. Like, so by the way, your guess as to the highest selling video game was half right.
Why only half right?
Because GTA 5 is the number 2 highest selling game, according to the list I was looking at.
Huh. So there's one that sold more than... Okay.
There's one that sold more than GTA 5, and by over 100 million copies.
I was pretty confident with GTA 5, not gonna lie.
Well, you were right. But again, that's the number 2. As soon as I say it, you're probably gonna be like, oh, of course. But then again, I don't know if you've ever actually played that particular game, so maybe not.
So you're not even sure if I played the highest selling games? The highest selling games ever?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because I think I've asked you about it in the past, and if I'm remembering right, you've told me that you either haven't played it or you don't own it. One of those.
Okay. Whoa. Yeah, I have a hard time believing that I wouldn't have played the most successful game ever.
I mean, you've definitely heard of it, but yeah, I don't think you've played it.
Yeah, then I don't know.
Minecraft.
Oh no, I've played that. Okay, good.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But yeah, no, I wouldn't have guessed that. Really?
Yep.
I guess that makes sense.
Over 300 million copies sold.
I mean, there are like a ton of versions of that too. So, yeah.
Yes. I don't play vanilla Minecraft anymore. Ever since I found out about all the Feed the Beast mod packs. It's the version I prefer. Also, I was very happy to see how relatively high on the list that Stardew Valley and Terraria both were.
Stardew Valley is also currently the highest rated game on Steam.
Oh, nice. For good reason, dude. That game is so good.
Oh yeah.
I still need to start up that playthrough where all I do is just grow fruit trees. That first year is going to suck, but man, it's going to be good once I get everything going. Also, it's been a while since I checked in on that mod pack. that we were using. I wonder if that guy's ever gotten around to doing anything more with it.
I doubt it, but might be worth checking out.
He did say that it was going to take him at least a full year.
Yeah. I also felt like there was a lot of frustration in that and not really any motivation to do it at all. And that just being more of a way to say, yeah, I'm not going to do that, period.
Right.
Oh, that's the cat evolution. Let's do that. Oh wait, I don't even like the cat evolution. Ah, there.
Well, oh boy. Harlech.
Oh,
Go.
nice.
Finally, a level up for the white bird. So the birds are one of the few weapons that don't require an accessory to evolve. They just require
Oh.
having both of the birds.
Oh, okay. Is that like with the guns?
No, you do need an accessory with the guns.
Okay.
You need both of the guns and an accessory.
Okay.
So that's kind of aggravating unless you're playing as the character that starts with the guns.
Yeah.
Now there is something in the main menu that allows you to select like which items show up in that roulette.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done anything with it, and that's why the birds and the guns are still like relatively rare. But it is an option. I'm taking the book.
So, did you catch where Skyrim was on the list of most selling games?
I don't remember the exact placement, but I think it was in the top 20.
Alright, yeah. That's around what I would have guessed.
Attract orb! And yeah, Oblivion only showed up in the best-selling Xbox 360 specific games. But
Mhm.
that list is funny. I'll say that much, because the number one game on Xbox 360 is Kinect Adventures.
Ah. Okay, I would have guessed Halo. Not even sure which one.
Yeah, there's a couple Halo titles in the top 10 if I'm remembering right, but pretty sure Kinect Adventures was bundled with the console at some point.
Ah,
It was at least bundled with the Kinect itself.
wait, if bundled with console is on there, I would guess that most selling games also have something like Wii Sports in it.
I mean, Wii
Because the
Sports
Wii
was a
Sports-
really high seller. Like that was pretty high on the Wii list, but I didn't spend too much time looking at that one. I was mostly just
No, I
looking
mean
for
like
like
all time, like all across all consoles.
Yeah, I'd have to look at the list again, but I'm pretty sure you're right. That it was higher selling than you would have initially thought. Just because, yeah, it came packed in with the console. That's why Super Mario World sold so many copies.
Oh,
Because, like, um, there were a lot of different bundled games with the Super Nintendo.
mm-hmm.
Like, I forgot that Mario Paint came bundled with the Super Nintendo console at some point.
What about Tetris then? Wasn't Tetris bundled with the Game Boy?
Oh, I didn't look at the Game Boy list, but yeah, I
No,
would assume.
Still talking like all time.
And yeah, I'd have to look at that list as well, because I'm pretty sure it did good numbers, but yeah, I don't remember exactly. You would assume that Tetris on Game Boy sold like absolute gangbusters.
Mm-hmm.
The one that surprised me on the Super Nintendo list was the fact that Killer Instinct came bundled with the Super Nintendo at some point, and I do not remember that. That would have been like the greatest Christmas ever. Especially if it also came with the Killer Cuts music CD. Oh my god. Best Christmas ever. I keep taking my birds. It's it's already getting messy with these dumb things.
Mm.
Lasers all over the place.
I really like the pink. Pink's neat.
These things are really good when the screen fills up with enemies. But when you've got stuff like right in front of you, they're not that good. So you can... There is a little circle on the ground that shows you where their attacks are going to land. And it's definitely not directly in front of your character. It is a little ways away.
Mm-hmm.
Werewolves are a problem. I can deal with these ghosts, but man, the werewolves are starting to piss me off. Let's take the bracer. We need faster books.
Faster cats.
Nice. Why is it not telling me that Spellbinder will evolve your book? Whatever, I'm taking it anyways. We need reduced cooldown too. And there's a crucifix off to the top right. There we go. Chest. Something's evolving. The book!
Looks. Hell yeah.
Bird. Now then, I'm gonna hit pause real quick just to bring up the menu once you are done here. Right, so we've got some spinach leaves that we can go and pick up. Even though
Okay.
we already have 4 accessories, we can still get bonus accessories.
Oh, nice.
So if we go and get those spinach pickups, it will add to our damage, of course.
Nice. Then let's go there.
Oh, need to find an opening though. And you are going to the left.
Yep. The spinach was to the left?
No, those are clovers.
Oh,
The spinach
I'm sorry.
is the single leaf.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Let's go to the other direction then.
Just need to
can't
carve
wait
a
for it.
path.
We can make our own path.
Let's take more Rune Tracer. Oh, flowers. Knock that out real quick. So I think we have to get through like 3 or 4 of these big squares. Maybe more like 4 or 5. Alright, now I want to get that chest. Yeah, this is gonna level up the bird. There he is.
Nice.
Vandalier. And he shoots rainbow lasers.
Ooh, sweet.
And I think he might be the only evolved weapon that you actually get to level up as well.
Oh, nice.
Like, I can't think of any other evolved weapon that you actually get to level up once it's evolved. So those lasers will get really big.
Nice.
And
Oh.
you are walking right into praying mantises. That one cat. He's so hopelessly stuck. Make a break for it. Still got a couple squares to get through. Gold rush.
Money.
Well, that was me walking through enemies. Oh, there's chest.
Oh, that's...
Kitties! Dude, where are all the chickens? What do I want to take?
Still got one weapon slot.
Yeah, both of my birds merged into that one spot, so I get an extra chance at weapons. I'll take the holy water. Okay, we're getting there. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh boy. Big mummy off to the left. There's a chest. Something's evolving.
How do you know that?
I can... The icons that are scrolling by, if you if you can see them fast enough, or if you can kind of follow them with your eyes, you'll see that they're all the sprites of the evolved weapons.
Ah.
Okay. Let's get more bracer. Oh god, mummy's in there. And yep. Mummy found his way inside of the blood circle.
I don't like when enemies do that.
Alright, we should be... Yeah, right on top of it. It should be just right there. Bottom right-hand corner. So we have to get into there to pick it up. And you're just walking through every enemy.
That's alright.
But it's fine. Now we do more damage.
Yep, that's all that matters. Wait, wasn't there a second one? Up to the top.
There is, yeah.
There's so much going on.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, we found a floor chicken. Goddamn shiny bat. How much HP does this thing have? That much. Nice. The bracer is really the book's best friend because it makes them spin around even faster. Even though it doesn't evolve the book, it still works really well with it. There's a chest down here. I just noticed the arrow.
Oh yeah.
Oh?
Nice.
Oh, you took the armor, that's right.
Yep, just for you.
No future. Well, thank you.
Spinach. Oh, that looks fancy.
Mm-hmm. Alright, here come the flower ladies.
How many of these rings are there?
There it is. Now let's get away from these hedges. They are gonna restrict our movement a little bit. See an arrow.
Where?
Off on the right.
Ah, yep. So when do you get to have this chest indication? Oh wait, is it? Yeah. When do you get these chest indicators?
When the chest drops. Like
Huh.
when you kill an enemy and the chest actually shows up. You can turn on item indicators, I think, in the pause menu, and it'll show you arrows for like everything,
Mm-hmm.
but that adds even more stuff onto the screen. Oh, there's a chest up here. Spinach.
Love how these areas exactly overlap.
Mm-hmm. Gotta take more bird.
So I did look up the Reaper thing.
Oh yeah, I
And
wanted to ask you about
on-
that.
Online forums just mention a specific setup that apparently is capable of freezing enemies. And
Oh,
using that like in combination with a high DPS thing. To like first freeze them and then kill them in the meantime.
okay. I guess that makes sense. Because I'm pretty sure I've used, like, the pentagram, which is the item that causes everything to just get killed.
Mm-hmm.
That is a dangerous weapon. Because, like, really early on in the run, its cooldown is so long. And it'll also make the experience gems disappear
Oh. Oh.
until you get it leveled up even more. Because like that's one of the perks of leveling it up is it won't erase items.
Mm-hmm.
But leveling up with the pentagram is kind of a rough experience.
Oh yeah.
Get rid of cooldown. More bird. Oh, these lasers are so big.
Yep.
More bird.
Ah.
Yeah, we've got 10 seconds.
Yep. I think we're good. Hey. Oh, we're doing stuff.
Stage completed.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, oh yeah. 3.4 million on Vandalier. Holy crap. No Future was doing some good work with the DPS. This is what you were doing. Those
Not bad.
cats.
Yep.
Well, the cat's eyes, anyways.
All right.
All right. Do you want to try a different level in the normal mode, or do you want to go into adventures?
Let's do different level normal mode and then adventures after.
Okay. So let's see. I think I don't have anybody down there. I think I'm just gonna take Knife Guy.
I'll try the gun thing. Then you need to help me with the evolving stuff.
Yeah, it's the what's the name of the thing? It's the Teragisu, the thing that adds a revive. It looks like a
Mm.
little cube
Yep.
with
Yep.
lines going through it. Okay, so the inlaid library is very horizontal. It just keeps
Mm-hmm.
going horizontally. But if you see the little red female character in that thumbnail that's right above the E,
Yeah.
those characters explode.
Oh, okay.
Like they're suicide bombers.
Yeah.
So that takes some getting used to. Gallow Tower is kind of the same, except it's vertical instead of
Mm-hmm.
horizontal.
Okay.
Dairy Plant is largely the same as Mad Forest. It expands in both directions.
Let's do the library then.
All right.
But before we do that, I will be right back.
Yeah, no problem. Ooh, it might be exciting. I hope they have Julius's theme.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Got myself some meat.
Nice.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Good luck. Oh, these guys are fast. Let's take the whip.
So do I just want to reroll straight away for the second gun, or do I...
Look at the top left. You already have both of the guns.
Oh, that's the character that has both of the guns. Okay.
Yeah. There's no character that only starts with just one.
Okay.
Take duplicator. Since I already took duplicator.
Nice.
Now duplicator's maxed out.
Nice. That was quick.
I was gonna level up knife anyways. Yeah, more knife.
Ooh, neat.
What? Nice.
Ooh, spinach.
Yeah, let's take it. Always good to do more
So,
damage.
since we have an open topic left, I need to ask first. Was since this kind of rant was very, uh, it I was very confused. I'll be honest when I read that.
Think I know where we're going.
Is your problem with Oblivion itself, or was that all about people claiming it to be some kind of masterpiece? Like, are you mad about the game, or are you mad about the acclaim of the game, or is
Uh,
it both?
First of all, the item that you need to evolve your guns is on screen.
Very nice.
It's both.
Okay.
It it comes from a period of time where, again, Oblivion, Fallout 3, and Fallout New Vegas were seen as like some of the biggest and best video games that were out at the time. And even at the time, I thought they looked like crap. I thought they looked like absolute crap. But I was like, okay, maybe I'm missing something in terms of the gameplay. And by the time I finally got around to playing each of them, I had already played games from those franchises that played better. Skyrim feels so much better to me to play than Oblivion. Same with Morrowind. Both of those games feel remarkably good to play next to Oblivion. Oblivion's default control scheme is so confusing. Like, I'm trying to remember, I think it was you have to press select to shoot your magic. That one thing feels incredibly unintuitive instead of,
So
using
honestly,
one of the other shoulder buttons.
so that was honestly the thing that confused me most in your rant was the part about the control scheme, because that just did not resonate with me. I remember playing Oblivion with a controller and not having any issues like
Mm-mm.
that.
And
Like,
again, you can rebind the controls, and I did that. It was either last night or the night before that I gave it a second shot, and oh wait, that's me, not you.
yeah, I'm just waiting for you.
Okay, I'll take the thing that evolves your guns then.
Thank you.
But again, you probably played Oblivion before you played Skyrim. Am I correct?
Nope. Nope.
Okay.
That's
Well,
what I was going to get at, but
maybe
you,
that's
you you
that's
go ahead
just
and have your rant first.
that's just my thing then. Because even when I rebound the controls to something that I thought would work, or I used the Steam plugin and I tried Joy to Key, and the controls just don't feel good.
You're on a PS2 controller or PS3
I'm
controller?
Xbox 360 or Xbox One
That's weird.
controller.
That's so weird because I played that on 360 or Xbox or with an Xbox 360 controller on PC, and I had no issues. That was so confusing for me to read.
And again, it's probably just my own personal hang-up, but and I remember the when I was initially putting in those 100 some odd hours that I have in Oblivion, I intentionally wanted to play it with keyboard and mouse because I just had the itch to play a keyboard and mouse driven RPG. Something that felt like I was playing an MMO, I guess. But
Okay.
I got so used to Skyrim's controls that, like, my muscle memory would constantly go for certain buttons to do certain things, and it was just, oh, wait, no, I can't use that in this game. And the other big thing is whenever new video games are first coming out, you've always got the people that, you know, have to have the bright new shiny toy. And anytime you're like, okay, well, what about, you know, these older games? Oh, I don't like those games because they're old. And I was hearing that complaint like a lot from people that were big into Oblivion and Fallout 3 and New Vegas at the time. And it was so confusing to me because it's like, yeah, but the game you're playing looks like crap. And the thing I'll say is people will compliment Oblivion on its gameplay. And I've got no problem with like a lot of the mechanics that Oblivion had. But at the same time, Oblivion is a stripped down version of what Morrowind was trying to do. And then Skyrim is a stripped down version of what Oblivion was trying to do. Because that's just what Bethesda does.
I would just say
Okay.
they were trying to do different things.
Is that why they cut Levitate?
I just think they cut Levitate for...
Mechanical reasons.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
the
That's
also
what I'm
like
saying.
focus reasons. I think something like Levitate is a kind of spell that doesn't take itself seriously and doesn't take the environment that it's in seriously just because it's so broken. And they take a jab at how broken that spell is within the universe that it's taking place in. Like the magic guilds literally say, okay, this spell is too broken, we need to disallow it. And then have
And
like
so
the,
that means that all of the necromancers and lawbreakers don't use it?
no, from what I understand, it's just like the universe,
Oh god.
it's like a universal curse that doesn't like. Isn't there this one quest in Morrowind where the guy tries to recreate the spell, and then just basically just does a very long jump and then dies?
The Scrolls of Icarian Flight. Oh god. That's one of my
Right,
favorite
because-
moments in Morrowind.
Because
You're
the
just
entire
walking
the entire
along.
universe basically banned that spell. Like the gods were saying, okay, this thing is too powerful. We're just gonna get rid of this.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to agree to disagree on that point, because
That's fair. I just feel like
then why did they also cut Mark and Recall?
I
Same
don't know
reason?
what Market Recall does.
Mark and Recall allows for teleportation.
Do you want me to get this?
I mean, it got cut for the same reason that Levitate did, is because of mechanical reasons. You can get that if you'd like. I'm trying to think what Whip does when it's evolved. I'll leave it up to you. But I don't know. I think the whole thing with Uriel Septim dying in Oblivion could have been prevented if he had a teleport point set for Wayne and Priory. I mean, you know, God forbid the Emperor is allowed to use a lot of this magic, but also I never understood the ban on levitate being a decree from the gods. I I always thought that it was the guilds that just said you can't do this anymore. And to be honest, that's one of the things that I really like about the Daggerfall mod for Skyrim, because it adds levitate back in. And in a game that already had a ridiculously broken magic system in Morrowind, the ability to fly just kind of seems like, okay, this is something that my character should have because of how broken the rest of the magic system is in that game.
Yeah, but then again, that's what I mean with like shifting the focus. I feel like the Elder Scrolls games at some point just try to shift from sandbox towards more linear role playing in terms of how to do its quests.
Mm-hmm. No, I get that. Um, I don't.
And honestly, I
I
feel like
don't
that's just
necessarily like that change, but you know, that's a personal preference.
that also just comes in line with what you want. You
Yes,
want the
please, thank you.
um. I'm just gonna say, sure, we can agree to disagree. I'm also just gonna say you're probably in the market minority there. Like there's a reason role-playing games generally evolved in that direction, independently of the franchise.
Right. I
Like,
mean, I'll just say that Daggerfall fans were disappointed with Morrowind.
and that's fair.
And I don't
It's just-
understand that. Because Bethesda has never given us like a true sequel to any of these games. They've always like completely shifted focus when what a lot of their fans wanted was just more of the same.
and that's their creative choice,
Mm-hmm.
and ultimately the sales numbers are proving their point.
Right.
Um. Ooh. Which one do you like more, Tome or Spellbinder?
Tome. Because if you reduce your items cooldown, if you reduce weapon cooldown enough, then the effect duration does not matter.
Okay.
I still need a fourth weapon. Oh, I know what I need for my fourth weapon. I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I think it all just boils down to personal preference when it comes to my take on the Elder Scrolls games. Because well, and it's proven true, I really do like the Daggerfall content in Skyrim's engine, and I'm probably really going to like Oblivion in Skyrim's engine. You know, once that mod comes out at some point this year.
So for you, it's just a visual and how does the game feel argument.
Yeah, it's all based on user interaction with the game. Cause like, when I tried to play Daggerfall, like the Unity version of Daggerfall, I found myself having issues with the way that game controlled. But for whatever
Okay.
but for whatever reason, I never had a problem with how Morrowind controlled. And I definitely never had a problem with the way that that Skyrim controlled. It's one of these things that I'm able to pick up on really quickly with video games is how does this feel to play? And if I'm having issues with it, then I'm gonna be quicker with my criticism. It's like, okay, I'm not having fun doing this. Perfect example. Last night, I tried to play Terraria with a controller.
God, that sounds terrible.
It is. It feels so fucking bad. And, like, you can't... I don't even know how to bring up the inventory with a controller. Like, I pushed every button on the controller, and it's like, okay, how am I supposed to access my inventory? Oh, I'm just supposed to hit escape on the keyboard? Well, that's fucking stupid. But then, there's the ultra rare case of the old MMO that I used to play called Dungeon Fighter Online. I loved playing that game with a controller. Nice. But it didn't have complete compatibility with controller. So in order to do a lot of stuff, I had to use keyboard and mouse in addition to the controller. But I liked the game so much at the time that I was willing to put up with that. Because I only ever needed to access my inventory like at the end of every level, not during gameplay. But then they decided to make fundamental changes to the way that game played that I can't really express in words. Because it has been so long since I played it, but it's like they did something to the base difficulty of the game that just made it less fun to play.
Okay.
And I would have to delete a bunch of games to reinstall it to see if it still feels like crap, but I also don't feel like investing that much time into a game that severely disappointed me at a certain point in time.
So the only thing I could think of that would go into a similar direction of what you were describing is for the Kingdom Come Deliverance franchise, which I would always play on controller, just because I play my first-person RPGs on controller, except for the lockpicking minigame, because that's just better on mouse and keyboard.
And that's real quick. That's another thing about Oblivion that I just did not agree with, and I love the lock picking in Skyrim and Fallout 4 so much more. But yeah,
I will agree, even though from a technical standpoint, I would have to admit that the one in Oblivion is more about skill expression than like something like Skyrim. But yeah, so
it's represented differently, in my opinion.
like if you are good at lockpicking, you can just do any lock right from the start. Like, I could give you a new character, and if you're just good enough at lockpicking, it's difficult, but you could break like any lock. Whereas in Skyrim, there's always an aspect of randomness towards, okay, where's your starting position? Is your lock just going to break instantaneously because you have the wrong starting position? And how many attempts do you need, like, based on the difficulty, like how short of intervals do you need to check to find that correct position? Whereas in Oblivion, you can just take your time testing out the resistance of the individual pins, and then you can actually just like, okay, I know how to do this now because I got the timing down.
I mean, if you level up your perks in Skyrim, then your lockpick starts closer to the sweet spot. The sweet spots are bigger, and they don't always necessarily break the lockpick.
That's what I'm saying though. Like,
try to open
if you're just good enough at the lockpicking minigame in Oblivion, you don't need to level up in perks. Like, you can have a level 1 character and try for the most difficult locks right away, just because it's a entirely mechanical thing. There's no component that cannot be checked beforehand through, like, observation. But then again, I would agree that I like the one in Skyrim more. It's just an entirely different approach.
Yeah. I'm gonna use all my rerolls here. I'm looking for something specific, and I'm not seeing it.
What are you looking for?
There's a secondary whip. It's like a red version of the whip, and I am just not seeing it. Yep, there goes all the rerolls. I'm skipping, because I didn't want anything that was showing up. Oh,
Huh?
that's
Is
a
that me?
lie. No, that was me.
Okay.
My controller does that every once in a while. Because, like, the cord, like, drags against my leg, and it causes it to slightly unplug.
I mean, don't you want to use Banish instead? So that we don't see stuff anymore that we don't want?
I mean, there's still so much garbage that I have to sift through in order to get one specific thing. I really need to quit being as picky as I am.
Okay.
Oh, you still have rerolls, though. I was concerned that I was taking rerolls away from both of us.
Oh, there's a snake baby. Hello, snake baby. That's
Loader with knives.
good to know that we got entirely separate roles.
Okay, then it's not the red whip that I'm looking for, but there is another whip. I think it was that... It's like that light blue glowing whip, then, has to be the one I'm thinking of. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and banish the bats.
That whip looks really cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, there it is. The
Nice.
Vento Sacro. That'll cause my evolved whip and that to combine and be even better.
Nice. I really enjoy the two guns.
Oh yeah, and once we get the empty tome all leveled up and you don't have to worry about cooldown, then it's like the lasers will stay active almost the entire time
Nice.
instead of shrinking back down and coming back out. So you just become a windmill of death.
Sweet. I very much want to be a windmill of death.
Oh hey! There you go.
Nice. Sweet. I like this.
Yep, there it goes. No cooldown.
Alright, so my take on Oblivion. I will preface this once again saying I have played Skyrim before I played Oblivion. I will also say that I have not played. So when I say played, I mean like more than 2 hours of any Elder Scrolls game outside of Oblivion, Skyrim, and online. So I do not have the expertise in Morrowind and Daggerfall and Arena that you might have.
Oh, I've not played Arena. I'm sure.
No, maybe I
Arena,
played more Arena than you did, but
I'm sure Arena does not feel as good as Daggerfall, and I didn't think the Daggerfall felt particularly good to play. I still like the idea of Daggerfall. I like the gigantic world that it presents, and I like all of the options that it gives a player in a role-playing game. And I think it's one of those games where I'd have to be in the right mindset to sit down and play actual Daggerfall, because
oh yeah,
those fucking dungeons are ridiculously big. You can be lost in those things for real world hours, which translates to in-game days, which means you might not be able to complete the quests that you have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Daggerfall is the game where I would actually have to sit down with pen and paper in hand, making notes as I go, in order to not lose track.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
that's definitely an old school RPG. But yeah, go ahead.
I'll address graphics first. Sure, it's not the prettiest game. That being said, it does not, like, the graphics in Oblivion do not bother me as much as they seem to bother you.
And I will preface that by saying that is largely because of my setup.
Okay, sure.
I can't have the graphics above anything else but the lowest. Otherwise, graphical errors start showing up like crazy.
Okay, sure. Then let's not blame that on the game, but we need to agree that Oblivion, even with the prettiest settings, is not the best looking game. But the thing
there's also a reason why Oblivion became a meme for how its characters looked.
Yes, like yes, the characters are terrible.
That's not just me that's saying that the game does not look good.
Specifically facial expressions, I'll give you that.
As far as like the environments are concerned, Oblivion does have its moments where it is really pretty. Yeah. But if I'm gonna sit down and critique a game for its graphics, which I don't usually do, then yeah, I would hold up Skyrim over Oblivion, and I'd even hold up Morrowind over Oblivion, because I don't think that, graphically speaking, Morrowind was trying to reach that far above what it was capable of. I just think that Oblivion would have been a better game overall if Bethesda would have waited a couple years before releasing it. Like, if they would have just given it some more polish.
That's a financial decision, I'm sure Bethesda was considering. But a couple of years is a big time spent in wages paid.
Yep, which is why I was also suggesting that they come up with a new IP. Like, they had the 10th planet in their back pocket for so long, and they never did anything with it until they decided to turn that concept into Starfield, which is its own issue that I'm not getting into because I've never played it. And I don't plan on playing it.
I just don't play sci-fi games. Unless you count Super Metroid, or Metroid in general, then I guess I play sci-fi games, but...
No, I get you.
Alright. Where was I?
I keep cutting you off, dude. I'm sorry.
It's alright. It's a passionate topic, which I was interested in talking to it about you. I wasn't sure if your reply to that was sarcastic or not. Um, Alright, so, um, graphics. For me, I don't want to watch this. Okay, so for me,
Yes.
um, as long, so there are basically three types of graphics I would consider. There's games that are really, really pretty that I would actually consider at least partially playing for the graphics, just because it looks that good. There's games that are butt ugly, where it's so ugly that it will stop me from playing games. And there's everything in between. No gradient, nothing, just these three categories. Nothing in between there. And oh, that's you. So that butt ugly category, I couldn't think of any game that would actually be in that category. Like there's probably some like 99-cent games on Steam that would fall into that category, but usually I wouldn't even play or buy those, just because I know what's the bare minimum that I want,
Right.
and if that isn't met, I wouldn't play it.
Fucking RPG Maker games.
For example, right? So, and Oblivion specifically is not in that category. It's not the best looking game, it has its moments, but it's not so ugly that it would distract me from playing it. So that's nothing I consider. It's also not in the, oh, this looks fantastic category. I think there are games where the beauty is timeless. And I'm mostly thinking about like specific kind of art styles where the art style itself is a selling point, or very, very specific retro games. Like I would say something like Super Metroid is timeless, just because the way the colors, the graphics work in that specific look is nothing you could improve on without changing the entire art style. So if you have a specific art style and you move within that space, as long as you do the best in there, I would consider it timeless. Same thing for something like Stardew Valley. Like I don't think you could make Stardew Valley a lot more good looking than it is without entirely changing the graphical system altogether. And then some games I would consider having been in that category, but just due to aging, not being able to maintain themselves in the category. And this is something where I would put something like Skyrim and Oblivion, where I would say, okay, at the time where they came out, they were just the best thing there was in this category of first-person fantasy game. And like Oblivion, if you look at the reviews, like taking facial expressions out of the equation, just like looking at like landscape and stuff like that, was a really good looking game at its time. And Skyrim was, and it is still a pretty game, but at the time Skyrim came out, like I remember one video review, and specifically in German TV, where they were like, okay, Skyrim is legit just looking better than real life. And this is something where
Now
I
that's
don't
an
think
exaggeration.
this is something that held up in 2012. But this is something I don't think anyone would claim anymore in 2025. Like that game aged, and it has every right to age. That game is 13 years old, but no one would say anymore that that game looks better than real life. They're just infinitely better looking first-person fantasy games that have come out since and set the new standard for, okay, this looks better than real life. So I think it's fair to say, okay, for what the game was, it was really good looking, but we just know better by now, right? There's just better
Right.
stuff. We're used to better stuff, and that's fair, but that doesn't make the game any worse.
And my argument for Oblivion's graphics, well, against Oblivion's graphics, Metroid Prime came out 2 years prior and looks infinitely better, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. That's
And that was on the
totally fair.
GameCube. Xbox 360's hardware trumps the GameCube so easily. And especially
That is
PC
fair.
trumps the GameCube so easily. And what was the other example? Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. This is like the Final Fantasy style turn-based RPG for Lord of the Rings. The GameCube version of that, in my opinion, looks better than Oblivion. So I felt like, okay, we're like taking a step back as far as graphics are concerned for maybe like the scope and the scale of Oblivion and everything that it's trying to do. And then and then I realized that, oh, well, that's because the majority of the disk space is taken up by voice acting.
Well, okay, so
And because
that's one thing, but
and the audio
okay,
engineer didn't want to use compressed audio.
right, so that's one thing, but you also I don't know the Lord of the Rings game, but the Metroid Prime comparison, while I agree that Metroid Prime looks better, it's just a different beast. Like, you got individually loaded rooms in a very small scale compared to a game where you need to load like major areas at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You just cannot maintain the same standard on this kind of scale. Um, again, I don't know about Lord of the Rings game. Holy shit, there's so much going on here. We are so, like, I don't think we need to do any movement here, except for, well, you need to because your weapon is movement-based, but I think we're good.
And again, 99 times out of 100, I do not really care what a game looks like. Again, going back to my idea of how the game feels to play.
Mm-hmm.
But for me personally, Oblivion, even with the graphics turned up, it is a game that has distracting graphics to me. And I'm not expecting to sway anyone's opinion, because again, people are going to like what they like, and I'm not going to talk them out of it. I think the Lego games look amazing, but they're fucking Lego games. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to sit there and get completely hung up by the graphics of, oh, you know, like the Xbox 360 version has a higher resolution on the Lego minifigs. And, yeah, I can play something like Donkey Kong Land on the Game Boy, which is the Game Boy desperately trying to punch above its weight class, because it uses a lot of the same, like, character design as Donkey Kong Country, which on a Game Boy makes it look like garbage. But it's still a really fun game to play.
There. I think Donkey Kong Country looks like garbage, period, even on the SNES.
No, I get you.
That's just my opinion. I know a lot of people say, oh, DKC is one of the prettiest games of all time. I disagree. I think that series looks like trash.
It's got that like early to mid 90s CG look about it. Yeah. And
that's just trash looking.
Yeah, that's a visual style that does not age well. I mean, I was watching the channel that I recently linked on Discord where they're re-showing old episodes of the show Reboot, which is completely done in that style. And even at the time, I didn't like the look of the show, because I thought it looked like bad CG. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like we our visual technology is not there yet to do something that looks like this. Which is and it was only with the Lord of the Rings movies that I think we actually finally got CG that was so good that it would hold up on screen.
And even
Whereas,
they went back to visual, like practical effects for a lot of things for
I
good
mean,
reason.
yeah, but there's a lot of CG work that was, well, I should probably point out, like, specifically Two Towers and Return of the King with Gollum.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, that was really the big thing that improved visual effects for at least film across the board. Because you go back in time, not even that far, and I don't know if you ever saw Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within.
No.
That was one of, I think that was the first movie that was entirely done in CG, and it looks like it.
Oh God. Are we gonna survive? Or are we just gonna keep closing in? We got 40 more seconds to hold out
Yes
here.
and yes. Like, they can't get through what we're doing, but they're also
I
just
don't
gonna
know. They're
keep closing
trying.
in. But yeah, I remember going to see Final Fantasy Spirits Within in theaters, and at the time, I was like, the technology is not there yet. And again, it was only with Lord of the Rings that it really was there. Even Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies,
Oh, I got the freeze. I got the freeze.
the CG in that movie is not good. It's like really noticeable that it's not good. But I can't really point out too many moments in like MCU movies where it's like, oh no, I can recognize that this is CG. It just looks really good.
Nice. Look at that gun
Hell
damage.
yeah. 8.2 million. But again, I'll sit there and play something like Donkey Kong Land and think that it's fine. But on the same hand, if I try to play like the Game Boy version of Primal Rage, which uses the same idea, like the same graphical idea where they're trying to use the same like character models from either the arcade or the Super Nintendo version and they're putting it on the Game Boy and it just looks like mud. So it really is just like a personal preference and a game by game basis. But I can play something like fuck, what was the name of that game? Soda Drinker Pro. That game is ridiculously stupid. Like there's like next to no challenging gameplay at all in that game. You're just like walking from point A to point B. But sometimes a game can have graphics that are so bad that it's a part of the attraction for me. I don't know. I admit to being a bit of an odd duck and my personal preferences definitely do not align with what most people would look for.
Mm-hmm.
God, and what was the Everybody Votes channel on the Wii that proved that point to me?
Oh yeah.
Because, like, popular notion is over here, a lot of other people are here, and then you are just way the fuck off in this direction, wondering what the hell I'm doing. Like, okay. But again, I'll take something like Super Mario Brothers on the NES and be like, for what they were trying to do and for the amount of file space they had, still looks fine to me. But then I see a game on Steam like Time Spinner, which you and I are going to play that game at some point because I found out that it has remote play.
Okay.
But but that game has some of the prettiest pixel art I have ever seen. But again, I 99 times out of 100, I really don't care what a game looks like as long as I
Hmm.
like the way that it plays.
Hmm.
And that is a 100% subjective thing,
Oh yeah.
which is why I wanted to bring up the whole thing with sales numbers. Because even though I didn't look up the original Xbox list to see like how many units that Morrowind sold, but I do know that Morrowind saved Bethesda from becoming a shovelware company because it did as well as it did. Whereas even with Oblivion, Fallout 3, and Fallout New Vegas, to a lesser extent, Fallout New Vegas, because Bethesda didn't develop that game, they didn't have a license to print money until Skyrim because Skyrim was just so much more approachable than any other Elder Scrolls game for the casual fan. And it's finding that balance between hardcore role-playing gameplay and accessibility for a new audience. You
But
can
that's
either
exactly that kind of thematic shift that I was talking about that they were
hmm
going for with each individual installment, right?
yeah, it's just I can understand it, I can accept it, but it really doesn't mean that I have to like it.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
And since Discord is my own personal corner of the internet, I get to spout off at the mouth on there about any number of subjects. Let my dumbass opinions out for all five of the other people on the server to see. There's a reason I'm not going onto Twitter with thoughts like this.
Mhm.
I don't need hundreds of thousands of people that I don't know and don't care about weighing in with their hot takes on my hot take. But for people like you and Insane Firebat and Real Work, I value you guys' opinions.
Thank you.
So conversations like this are a lot of fun, even though we don't see eye to eye on a lot of the points that we've brought up. If all we did was agree with each other, wouldn't that get kind of boring after a while?
Oh, for sure. By the
So
way, do you want to start while
I
while
was
we keep talking?
I was gonna ask which one of these you wanted to do
I
because I
want to
figured
try the Legacy of the Moonspell one again. This time, perhaps with better luck on weapons. Unlike last time, where I did nothing.
I mean we'll see how that pans out. Progress? Okay, that's not what I wanted. Power up. There we go. Okay, so I actually need to spend some of this money. Let's get some additional might, a cooldown, that, that, that,
All
that.
right. So while you do this, I wanted to make another point.
Go right
Um,
ahead.
so looking at gameplay, um, so not taking actual controls into account, because we already noticed that we disagree on that. Um, so just comparing Skyrim and Oblivion, the best way I can phrase it is that everything I think Skyrim does incorrectly, Oblivion does right. Um, and there are a few examples for that. So my one of my biggest pet peeves, for example, with Skyrim is that dragons, for all their significance in the story, are just a random encounter
Yep.
and not make the unique, limited thing that it's supposed to be. Like, in my opinion, a perfect Skyrim would have 50 fixed dragon encounters, and they would all be scripted to be some kind of unique event.
Hmm. No,
Um,
I agree to
Oblivion
that
does
point.
that with the Oblivion Gates. While the Oblivion Gates themselves, you might argue about the gameplay quality, there are a fixed amount of Oblivion Gates, and you can actually fix the problem. In Skyrim, there's always going to be dragons. You, as the Dragonborn, cannot, like, even after defeating Alduin, making peace with the dragons, you cannot get rid of the dragons. They're still going to be there.
You can prevent them
Um,
from spawning in the first place. You don't have
sure.
to go to Whiterun at the beginning of the game. You
Yeah,
don't
sure,
have to
but
get the
that's,
Dragonstone at
that,
the beginning of the
that's
game.
like
You
saying
can
you
go
can
and
fix
do
the
the rest
Oblivion
of the
crisis by
game.
not playing Oblivion. So,
As far as
so
Oblivion Gates are concerned, can you tell one apart from the other? I wish they were more unique.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. But at least they're limited. At least there's some kind. They have some kind of event character. They actually make sense in the game.
Hmm.
Um,
No, I
the
agree.
arena is probably one of my favorite faction things ever. I think more games need something like arena. You can start, by the way. Okay, I can talk while we play. Um, okay,
And
which one
yeah,
did I
the
want to do?
the arena is like one of the few uh factions that I played all the way through, and I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna sit here and try to defend. I'm not gonna sit here and try to say that for all 100 plus hours that I played in Oblivion, I was just like chewing on tinfoil the whole time. I mean, I did enjoy myself while I was playing it. It's just there's a lot of moments that really took me out of it. But again, at that particular time, I was very much focused on wanting to play Oblivion. It's not the kind of game that I feel like I can go back to for a casual playthrough. It's something where I specifically have to be in the mood for it, like Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas. Whereas stuff like Skyrim and Fallout 4, I feel are just like some of the comfiest casual games from AAA studios. And, I don't have a huge list of AAA video games that I really like that much, but those two really like surprised me with how good they felt. Yeah, let's go to Shrine Valley. Good luck. Can I go in here? Okay. The ceiling goes away when you go in there. Also, the one funny issue that I have with Fallout 4 and just the with all of the Fallout games since 3, which includes Fallout 76 as well, is when people want to call that an RPG. Mm-mm. That is a fucking first-person shooter because it's a game with guns and with a first-person perspective. So it's a first-person shooter. It just has RPG elements to it. And I don't think people want to break things down quite that much. It's like, oh, if it has RPG elements, that means it's an RPG. No.
Oh yeah, no, I agree on that point.
And and again, it's not everyone's cup of tea. I find out stuff like that on a regular basis where stuff that I know about and stuff that I really like Some people have gone for 30 years of their life without even having that kind of stuff on their radar. And it's like, when some lady at work told me that she didn't know that there were Lego video games, just in general, not even like Lego Star Wars, Lego Indie, no, that Lego had video games, period. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, Lego has had video games out since the 90s. But then again, video games are just not on the radar for a lot of people. Especially of earlier generations, because video games didn't really become a cool thing until somewhat recently. I'd say like with the PS2. Like before that era, a lot of people would just get made fun of because they like playing video games. I don't agree with that notion. I don't like that notion, but they were definitely, it's definitely a different time. Oh god. Also throw comic books into that same distinction as well. You know, even though comics were pretty big in the 70s and the 80s, a lot of people just did not... Oh god. Call ended. Did I get kicked from the call? Or Ponk just hang up on me? Which one of these is the icon I need? Oh no, I'm still connected. Ponk isn't, though. I think play might have dropped as well. Okay. It's not like his house suddenly blew up or something. We can all take a big sigh of relief. Hello? Wait here for a little bit. Also, I don't remember seeing those big spooky skeletons last time we played this level. I remember the big tanukis. Also, the other thing, real quick. Our discussion did very much turn into a subjective discussion. Where it's like, there is no symbol of quality across the board. There's not one thing that everybody in the world can agree on.
Hello?
Hello.
Alright. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Alright, what was the last thing
Oh,
that I
God.
Did you heard?
Spooky skeleton. I mean, I was nattering on about video games and comic books.
Okay. Then perhaps you didn't hear anything about the point I was trying to make.
Yeah, I don't think I did.
Nice.
Bubbles. There really is nothing to do about these spooky ghosts.
What the hell? Do we need to defeat this white ghost maybe? That is glowing red?
I mean, I think he's just like one of those.
He's
Yeah, he's just one of the like mini boss kind of enemies that'll drop a chest.
probably
That's
might
all the
be
red outline was.
spawning red ghosts.
Mm-mm. No, I don't think enemies spawn other enemies. I think it's just a function of the level.
Ooh, HP regen. Nice.
I did spend a little bit of money on that upgrade screen, so we do have a little bit of passive healing, but not that much.
Okay.
So getting the heart in the level will still affect that. But we do have a little bit of passive healing just
Okay.
from spending that gold. Also, I forgot that the clover is the thing that levels up the cross. Because I usually don't take the cross.
Ah, okay.
'Cause that is... I mean, you can see how it's flying around. It shoots forward a little bit and then just flies off the screen in the opposite direction. So it's pretty good when you've got a lot of enemies behind you.
I mean, isn't that what we're doing? Running away from stuff?
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, compared to, like, the book and the garlic, where if you get them leveled up high enough, you can just walk through clouds of enemies and it's fine. It's different play styles based on your loadout.
Right.
Which is another reason why I think this is one of the best value games that exist on Steam right now. It's $5 and you get all of this gameplay variety.
It's a lot of fun. Oh god.
Yep.
You got this.
I need to take another weapon.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if I've had the opportunity to take a second weapon yet. I'm not sure.
Oh my god, the lag. No.
This little time freeze is probably going to save my life here.
Same.
Alright. Now we just need to play keep away for a little bit.
I really want enemies to be more on the upper side of the screen with this weapon. Oh, there's a lot of XP.
Oh, this is you.
Oh, okay. Ah,
Yeah, I thought it was me at first. I'm like, man, why am I not getting good weapons? And I'm like, oh, well, that's you. Wait a minute.
now I had to make the shitty decision.
I mean, that Four Seasons attack is pretty good. It just needs to...
Yeah.
It just needs to level up. More base area.
I really rather want upgrades for my sword because that's my special thing.
Uh,
You got this. Ooh, nice.
man, why am I not getting weapons?
I don't know.
I think your luck from last time transferred onto me. I I kind of have to take Song of Mana because I need to be able to do more than just these dumb little particles that are flying around. Even though Song of Mana is not really that great. Just, where's the axe? It also doesn't help that these dumb little particles are, like, affected by where I'm moving. Like, I have a lot of control over where these things go, and that's not necessarily what I want in this game. Like, if you're not gonna let me... If you're not gonna let me directly aim my weapon, like in a dual-stick shooter, then please don't have it try to read my inputs. This is... This is not a weapon that I am a fan of. Apparently, they're not gonna give me many more options.
My god, what is going on?
Um, you keep walking into enemies.
I really try not to, but they keep coming at me.
Mm-hmm. It's... It's a difficult thing to stay away from enemies when there's this many of them.
Go up.
Don't know how I didn't get hit there.
Nice. What is the chest there? Oh, chicken, chicken, chicken.
Game is taunting me by showing me all these weapons that it won't give me. Oh, I do not want to take that.
Oh,
It'll
that's
evolve.
alright.
It'll evolve my Song of Mana, but it's gonna make the enemies even tougher. And that's not what we need right now. We need more weapons from the base game is what we need.
Not sure if it's gonna give us those. Ah.
I mean, it gave you the cross.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm getting stuck with Song of Mana again. There is Night Sword, but I don't like that Might Steal Hearts bit.
Oh, I read that as a positive thing. As in, like, might steal energy from your enemies.
I think they phrase that differently if it does that.
Alright.
I could be wrong.
I also want to level up.
I mean, you're dead.
Yeah, but I want to level up. I can't. My survival chances are not going to get better if I don't get level ups.
I don't think the game gives you experience if you're dead. Hey, there you go.
Is that the evolved sword or is that the evolved cross?
No, it's just a level up for the cross.
Oh,
I don't know what level you have it at right now.
yeah, me neither. Give me that XP. I want all that juicy XP. He's starting to do stuff. Ooh. Yes.
It's an okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, now that Song of Mana is like starting to bounce back in on itself, and I can possibly hit things more than just once.
Chicken, chicken, chicken. Can we go back to the right for that XP?
It's been like one of the only other weapons that I've seen this whole time. I think I've got to take it.
You dislike the weapon you picked up. I had that last time. But I'm
Is
sure you'll make
another
it
one
work.
that it takes a lot of getting used to. Because if you like let go of the direction, like if you let go of the stick, it'll just like fire out in a bunch of different directions instead of where you're facing.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't really gotten a feel for it yet. Oh God. Game, please. Game, please.
Yeah. Just try to run away to the top left. And I'll see if I can survive.
I mean, I'm kind of hemmed in.
Son of Mana is putting in work.
Yeah, again, because it's actually able to like bounce back on itself. But I've also taken a number of the base area improvements. So that's pretty helpful as well. What? It's the first time I'm seeing that one. Yeah, I
I
have
guess I
no
take
idea what that weapon is gonna look like.
Should I take that? Think
Sure.
so, right? No weapon? Can't hurt?
I see lots of spinning balls bouncing around, so that's good.
Okay. Yep. Oh, you should take the Mirage Robe, I think, because your one weapon you picked up scales with frost damage. Like it does more damage against freezing
We'll
frozen
see.
enemies.
It's another weapon, so I'll take it.
And you're quicker than I am.
I've taken the wing as well, because that's gonna evolve something. Nice.
Ooh.
That killed a boss, too. Let's see if I can get this chest. There we go.
I really want my evolved character weapon.
Oh yeah, and I don't know what evolves a lot of these newer weapons. Uh,
It's alright, you got this.
yeah, I don't know about that.
You got this.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
See, you're fine.
All right. Base area upgrades are always welcome. I like that when I get out of the menu, the glass fandango is just like screen filling.
Oh my god, I was stuck on a tree. Ah.
They are just moving in for the kill.
Thank you for getting closer. I will try to grab this XP though. Oh my god, did they just instantly kill me? Ah,
And there's a big guy, so he probably does a bit more damage than the other ones, I would
just wanted all that
assume.
experience. Ah, ah. Oh my god. Finally out of there. Now give me some experience.
Gee, thanks.
This is the last upgrade I wanted. I already cannot keep up with you.
Okay, I apparently can't check your weapon power levels. I can check mine.
Oh, pause it once you resume.
Oh,
Like,
you are nowhere near evolving the cross. You're
yeah.
only at
I
2
want
out of
to
8.
evolve my main weapon.
I don't know if you have the right thing to evolve it, because I don't know what it takes.
From the way I read it, it doesn't need any specific item to be evolved. Just needs to kill enemies.
Again, I'm not familiar with the DLC weapons. So, you could be right. I don't know personally. As long as they're moving in relatively slow like this, I think we're good to just hang out for a bit.
Yeah.
But once they start moving in for the crush, then I am less confident. Uh-huh. Oh god.
Oh, that was huge.
Yeah, they're all like they're jittering and like rubbing up against each other trying to get in towards me.
Try to move downwards.
That's a building. Yep. They
Oh
got
my.
us.
Ugh. New achievement.
Okay, so we unlocked some of the weapons. 2 of them. So we survived 15 minutes with them. I think that just means we unlock them in the main game.
Regular play?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. My God.
All right. I am gonna
Still a
need
lot
to
of fun.
just I'm gonna need to spend some more time messing with the DLCs. So we've got max passive speed for projectile speed, cooldown area, movement speed, fire an additional projectile.
I would like more max health and recovery.
I can't afford the last max health. I can't really afford much of anything else. All right. Oh, and the one final thing I'll say about our conversation from earlier, um, this is also why I usually don't spout off at the mouth when I'm drunk,
Okay.
because my I become overly verbose about certain things, where normally I probably could have said all of that on Discord in just like a couple sentences, and I probably would have phrased it a bit less harshly. when I was when I was that drunk, I was just like, nope, fuck this, fuck that, fuck everything. Just needed to get it off my chest at that moment. Not defending anything I said, but
Mhm.
giving a little bit more context, I guess.
Yeah, the one other thing I was saying while I was disconnected, I feel like Oblivion is a very polarizing game in
Yes.
that um I feel like Skyrim is very consistent in its quality, where all the major aspects will generally be the same kind of good,
Mm-hmm.
whereas Oblivion has much higher highs and much lower lows. I think most of the factions um, are significantly better written in Oblivion than they are in Skyrim. Um, I think scaling is terrible, and I'm not even saying that Skyrim does a perfect job with that. I think the generic dungeons in Oblivion are shit, but they're just the best things of Oblivion, in my opinion, are better than the best things in Skyrim. But the worst things in Oblivion are just really, really terrible.
I can see that. I definitely I definitely liked the Shivering Isles DLC a lot better
Yeah,
than a lot of stuff from Skyrim. I'll say
that's
that
actually
much.
the one example I came up with when when I was disconnected. Is that the Shivering Isles DLC I think is out of all the Elder Scrolls DLCs the best one. Like just the main storyline, that entire Two-Face thing they got going on, like tiny attention to detail. Like I actually didn't know that. I watched a video about that recently. When you make a sacrifice towards a shrine of Sheogorath after having beat the main storyline of the DLC, the game will actually react towards that and make an according comment.
Mm-hmm. Because
And
you
those
you
those
are
kind of things are just
Sheogorath at that point,
right. Just
which is
yeah.
really silly, but I like it. And the way that it's introduced when you're sitting there talking to the butler, and then all of a
Hmm.
sudden the room disappears into a cloud of butterflies
Yeah.
is probably the prettiest visual that I can remember from Oblivion.
Hmm.
So it's just like, oh wow. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I don't think you see, because I really liked fuck, what's the name of the DLC from Skyrim that's not Dragonborn? The vampire one.
Uh, yeah.
You know the one I'm
Um,
talking about.
Dawnguard.
Thank you. I like that one. I like that one a whole lot. I mean, you get to go to the Soul Cairn, Castle Volkihar is a lot of fun. I haven't spent too much time in any Elder Scrolls game playing as a vampire, but I know you can be pretty strong. Uh,
Honestly, the
You get
thing I
vampire
dislike about
waifu.
the thing I dislike most about um Dawnguard is, oh, can you still hear me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the thing I dislike most about Dawnguard is the way the villain is built up, because it's honestly that game, that DLC is a lot better as kind of a family drama storyline,
Mm-hmm.
but they're trying to paint it as a big evil villain tries to destroy the world plotline, and they're doing a lot of tell don't show, while they really should be doing the opposite. You don't ever get to see what Harkon is capable of and why he is a terrifying villain. You only ever talk to him, and he sits in his castle. This entire thing with the entire visual they
Mm,
also have going on that you can actually reproduce with dimming the sun through Uriel's bow, that's they do not manage to communicate the threat very well. And then the boss fight is just this empty chapel boss fight with him teleporting around a bit, and I don't know.
You see, I
It's
think
it's the it doesn't have the gravitas of a what's his name, Dragonborn boss, um, Mirak.
Mirak,
Like where
yeah.
you actually encounter him first, he just beats you right out the gate. Um, I would have wanted more of that, and also the Shadow Realm I did not like. That felt like for me that felt on the same level like generic dungeons in Oblivion, was just empty and not interesting.
No, I see that. I see that. I mean, did you get the undead horse?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
and
That's like the big reason that I like that particular place. And it looks so different from just about every other location in Skyrim. But
that's fair.
as
But then
far
we get
as
back to my point of only like 10 out of 10 graphics catching me enough that just the visuals will keep me going.
I mean, at that point I was already sold on the gameplay. So then it just became looking around. But no, I think there's a lot in every Elder Scrolls game that I've played that leaves a little bit too much on the table, where it's like, yeah, this is good, and it's like this, and this away from being great. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's why a lot of people have wanted to see direct sequels to a lot of these games instead of a complete tonal shift. So again, you've got to strike that balance, and you're always going to leave some people behind. It's
Right.
just regardless. Unless unless you're the Mega Man franchise, then it's just no, we're going to give you effectively a direct sequel. Maybe not in the story, but as far as like the gameplay is concerned, because all they did through Mega Man 1 through 6 is they just iterated upon the formula that they had. But at the time, I was wishing that the franchise would like grow a bit more. And that's why like when Mega Man X came out, I really liked how different X2 and X3 felt from the original because you just got to do more stuff. The big thing I have to complain about X2 and X3 is it sounds like the keyboard that they used to make the soundtrack for X1 changed, and I
Mm.
adored the soundtrack for X1. And X2 and X3 still have really good soundtracks, but they just sound almost completely different. Whereas the NES Mega Man games have a surprisingly consistent style across the board. So again, it's all perspective, it's all subjective,
Right.
and this has been a fun conversation. I'm
Yeah,
glad you
thank you very
decided to
much.
have it with me.
Yeah, again, I wasn't sure after your rant if there was any sarcasm in you being excited about this conversation.
And you
Um,
see, I thought that when Firebat showed up, he's like grabs his pitchfork, let's go. I was like, oh God, I hope that didn't scare Ponk off. Because
yeah, it's all right.
also
I was
that,
just trying to convey that there, like, I can understand when people say, um, like what you were saying was that no one who doesn't say, "Oh, this was my first Elder Scrolls game," could reasonably say this is objectively the greatest game. Like
yeah, like
objectively is
I,
hard to say, but I think there are many people who will have reasonable arguments defending that game,
it's
even if it's not the first Elder Scrolls game they played.
it's hard to say, but that doesn't stop people from saying it
That's fair, yeah.
because not everybody thinks that that's a hard thing to say. And the phrase greatest such and such of all time honestly gets thrown around way too much because there's no way to legitimately say that. You can say that something is your favorite, or you can say that something, in your opinion, is the greatest of your time and of your experience. But I mean, there's people out there that still say that Pac-Man is the greatest game of all time just because of its cultural impact. Like,
Right, that's kind of what
yeah,
I would
but
say is the only like valid reason to say something like that if you define some kind of metric
yeah,
first, where you would say, okay,
and
this is what I define as the metric for, or the metrics for greatest game of all time, and then actually measure that.
hmm but again, not everybody thinks about the words coming out of their own mouth quite as much as you and I do. So people will just say shit about certain things, and it's like, well, that's not necessarily correct. I'm glad you think it is. But
Hmm.
then, I largely only run into stuff like that online and not in person anymore. So I don't necessarily have to have that conversation with that person on that subject or just have to awkwardly sidestep it. I just close the tab,
Right.
stop reading Twitter, go back to YouTube. Oh, but anyways, yeah, it's a
Well, yeah.
fun conversation and a fun
Thanks a
night
lot.
of surviving vampires.
Oh yeah, with no vampires inside.
Zero vampires.
All right, man. You enjoy your races later tonight. I'm gonna get some sleep, and I'll talk to you next week.
All right, man, you have yourself a good night.
You too.